Hi there. I'm going to go through one of my favourite guitars and just tell you how it got built and the bits that were used to assemble it. This is actually, well, it's called a Cudacaster guitar, and it's based on the guitar which Ry Cooder built when he was working on a film called Crossroads. But there was somebody else as well called Dave Hill who was also making these guitars, and I can't remember if Dave Hill invented this or if Ry Cooder got the idea first. I don't know, but and also to make the story a bit more complicated, David Lindley was also involved. So they kind of got this kind of idea for this guitar, but this is my version of it, and this was put together by Peter Corp, who's got a guitar workshop out in Suffolk in England, and he's done a really fine job of putting this together. So the main thing for me of this whole guitar that makes it work is this pickup right here, and this comes from a 1950s lap steel made by Valco or Supro. I think it's pretty much the same company under the National umbrella. I might be wrong there, but that's what I think. And this was in really bad shape when we got this pickup, so it's been sort of worked on, and there's a guy called Mark from Mojo Pickups in England who does absolutely amazing pickups. Basically I'm actually only using his pickups now, but anyway, he basically made and did the research on this pickup and found out the exact material used for the magnets, the exact metal type of Alnico or whatever, and he's given me 2 new magnets for this pickup, and it's just brought it back to life, and it just sounds incredible. Because when I first got this, one of these magnets was wood, wasn't even a real magnet, and the other one was so weak it only powered half the pickup, so that was really necessary to get this thing working. And Peter did a really fine job of cutting this kind of metal plate which the pickup sits on. He's cut it so you can see there around the bridge plate. Actually, these 2 cool looking funky knobs came from the lap steel that this pickup originally came from. So coming to this tremolo system, it's still got the springs there, and it's blocked off. Basically, I've got to kind of work on this because I think I can get a better sound from the springs kind of being a bit looser so they actually ring, or I'm actually going to change these springs for raw vintage springs, which I'll talk about in my next video with my Strat. But anyway, so that's something quite important, because Ry Cooder has springs on his Cudacaster, and I think he said in an interview that it gives him kind of a bit of reverb, so I think that's important to have the springs in the back. Talk about this body. This is an ash wood, swamp ash, I think it's swamp ash, Stratocaster body, and it's been relicked and painted by MJT. They didn't make the cutout, the Strat body, but they relicked it, and obviously they did the finish on it, and they're just amazing. They are, as good as Vendor Custom Shop in my opinion. They're really, really good. Coming to this pickup here, this is actually, originally I had an original 60s Tesco pickup in there, which was beautiful. It's a beautiful sound, but the problem with it was very microphonic, so you literally could touch the guitar and it would come through the pickup. You could talk into it and it would come through the amp, so it wasn't really sort of I couldn't really gig with the guitar. So Mark from Mojo Pickups has basically spent years, a long time, researching this pickup, and he's done his own version, which this now is. And I think Mark sent me one of the first pickups he made, which is this one here, and it just sounds incredible. It's really, really good, and just amazing how he's managed to put this whole thing together, this original gold foil pickup. And So I'm loving both the pickups. So thanks, Mark, for doing both of them. Great. Talk about string gauge. I'm using 12s on here because I think anything less and you're not going to get any resonance. So it's 12s, but I've got an unwound G, which is important with a slide. Coming to the neck, it's just pretty much it's actually an all parts neck, so it won't be Brazilian rosewood, it will just be some Indian rosewood probably, and I think it's probably a Japanese made neck, but it's very, very good. It's quite fat. I don't know if you can see this. It's quite a fat neck. What's really important with slide actually is a flat neck, so you're looking at 10 to 12 I think it's inch radius, and that's a lot flatter, so that's good for the slide, and it's quite wide as well, so you can get, especially when you're picking, you can get in between the strings to pick. So the other thing, it doesn't have a shim in it. When we first made the guitar, it had a different neck on it, and the neck was quite thin, and we needed a shim to bring the neck up. But this one doesn't. It's got nice high action, which you're going to need to do slide work, especially if you're going to do the Sunny Landriff fretting behind the slide. It's important to have enough clearance there, and also it just makes the guitar more more resonant. So that's basically it. Any questions, just please ask on the YouTube video. But that's pretty much my Cudacaster. Oh, one thing I forgot, scratch plate. I didn't actually want the scratch plate because I thought it was kind of going one step too far, copying Cuda. But Peter, who made the guitar, he said no, it's got to have this scratch plate. So I said okay, fair enough. So I don't know where he found this, but it's pretty much the same material, that same pattern that Cuda uses. And the coolest thing is, for my birthday present, he cut a little bit off my for my keys. Just a nice little touch. Thanks, Pete. Great. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope I get to see many more Coodercasters being made. Take care.